Earlier this June, Colombia international James Rodríguez lashed out at people accusing him of being unprofessional during his time at Real Madrid. Much has been said about the forward's sour relationship with Madrid boss Zinedine Zidane. The former AS Monaco man has been very uncomfortable around various things that have been said about him, but maintains that he isn't affected by such remarks. It's something that doesn't affect me because I know what's true and I work hard every day to be where I am. Those who surround me are always happy with what I have to offer. Now 29, James Rodríguez is at a point in his career where someone of his talent should not be faced with accusations about his professionalism. Sadly though, the forward's career is going nowhere as things stand. The former AS Monaco man arrived at Real Madrid on the back of a strong showing at the 2014 World Cup for Colombia in Brazil. Much was expected from Rodríguez upon his arrival. This was a player who had the world at his feet. His belter of a goal against Brazil confirmed to millions watching the game that they were witnessing the rise of a unique talent. Fast forward 6 years and things are totally different, and the events in Brazil seem like a distant memory. James Rodríguez is no longer the most sought after player in the world, and at Real Madrid, if we really push it, he's the 8th preferred option for Zinedine Zidane in the starting 11. In a routine 3-1 win over Eibar, Zinedine Zidane had the luxury of fielding fresh options at the hour mark. Ferland Mendy, Eder Militao, Vinicius Jr., Valverde and even Gareth Bale were introduced. James, on the other hand, was an unused substitute. This wasn't the first time for the Colombian to witness movement around his bench while being overlooked at the same time. Zidane has something of a bloated squad. Half a dozen players aren't getting enough game time. The likes of Mariano, Brahim Diaz, Gareth Bale and Lucas Vázquez rarely see sufficient minutes on the pitch, despite the manager insisting that all of his players are important. In the 2019-20 campaign, James only played 7 games, and his last appearance came all the way back in October, when he played in the forgettable 1-0 defeat at the hands of Mallorca. This is a clear sign that the playmaker is not wanted at Real Madrid. Even if Zidane had the option of fielding 16 players in one game, the Frenchman is unlikely to use the Colombian. An exit from the Santiago Bernabeu is needed. James spent the last 2 seasons on loan at Bayern Munich, but simply didn't do enough to earn a permanent move to the Allianz Arena. The Bavarians decided to look elsewhere since they were not overly impressed with the player's consistency. It's back to square one for Rodríguez, and this time around the seriousness of the situation cannot be understated. Back in 2017, James arrived at Bayern Munich after playing a crucial role in helping Real Madrid win back-to-back Champions League trophies. The playmaker was 26 back then, and his reputation as one of the most talented attacking midfielders on the planet was intact. It was just that Real Madrid had too many options in the squad and didn't want to confine a player of such great quality to a bench role. However, a sojourn in Germany didn't work out. A return to Spain didn't work out either. On top of that, his €8.5 million a year salary does not command the confidence of potential suitors in the current economic climate. Clubs are looking for bargain deals, and why would they pay so much money for a player who was average at best in the last 2 years? Freddy Rincon, a former Colombia international, spent 1 season at Real Madrid and has no sympathy for his compatriot, pointing out that James was given a lot of chances at Real Madrid. If he decides to stay at the club, Rodríguez will have to understand that opportunities to play would be few and far between. The likes of Karim Benzema, Rodrigo and Eden Hazard are Zidane's preferred options for a front 3, and in their places the French tactician prefers using Vinicius and Bale, despite the latter's blatantly unprofessional attitude. Marco Asensio, on the other hand, is back in the thick of things after spending months on the sideline due to injury. The Spaniard has shown great form since returning and played a small hand in helping Madrid claim the La Liga title. After fighting it out for a place in the starting 11 with the likes of Mariano and Brahim Diaz, we can safely say that the Colombian is fighting for a lost cause. Today he's the forgotten man of Real Madrid, and his career at the club appears to be effectively over. Following a year of virtual inactivity, there haven't been any suitors either. A move to Napoli was on the cards last summer but didn't happen. Carlo Ancelotti was fired and plans were shelved. The Italian tactician is a huge fan of Rodríguez, and it actually makes sense. Rodríguez played arguably his best football under the current Everton manager. So what does the future hold for the Colombia international? Let's take a look at a few of the clubs who might be able to afford the player and even help him rejuvenate his career. Manchester United. The Red Devils had finally confirmed their place in next season's edition of the Champions League. Under Solskjaer's guidance, Manchester United are heading in the right direction, but there's still a lot of glaring deficiencies in the squad. While the arrival of Bruno Fernandes has patched up problems with regards to creativity, the Portugal international cannot do everything on his own. At the tail end of the Premier League campaign, United seemed tired, and no one can blame them for it. Solskjaer used pretty much the same lineup in all league encounters. This raises question marks over the club's squad depth. On the bench, the team doesn't have a creative influence. Signing James Rodríguez would be a no-brainer, given the fact that the Colombian can be one of the most creative forces on the planet if he's on song. And United would even be willing to match his salary expectations. However, it remains to be seen if James would actually get a lot of game time, given the form of Bruno Fernandes and the reported arrival of Jadon Sancho. Nonetheless, a move to Old Trafford would make sense. Tottenham Hotspur. At present, Jose Mourinho is still trying to make Spurs a genuine title contender once again. After missing out on a top 4 place, the Londoners would need an experienced player in their ranks. Rodríguez might not have enjoyed a great 2019-20 campaign, but his experience could prove crucial to Tottenham's chances of doing well next season. While Dele Alli, Son and Harry Kane are vital for the team's chances, the attacking trio cannot alone carry the weight of expectation. The presence of someone like James Rodríguez might turn the tide, and the North Londoners would have further depth and experience among their ranks. Everton. As we said before, when Carlo Ancelotti was the manager of Napoli, he tried everything in his power to sign James Rodríguez. The two men enjoy a great relationship, and under the Italian's guidance, the Colombian seemed to click, whether it was at Real Madrid or at Bayern Munich. Now at Everton, Ancelotti might be eager for a third reunion with Rodríguez. The Toffees are a work in progress, but boast a very promising squad of talented individuals. With Richarlison leading the lines, the presence of someone like James Rodríguez makes perfect sense, despite Ancelotti playing down a potential reunion. James Rodríguez. I like him a lot as a player. When I left Madrid, James Rodríguez followed me to Munich, Ancelotti told The Guardian. But he followed me as a rumour to Napoli, and now he is following me to Everton as a rumour. The Merseysiders are eager to add more to their squad this summer, and a potential move for James Rodríguez would definitely make them a very competitive side next season. At the age of 29, Rodríguez has reached a certain stage of his career where he should be playing week in, week out. This is a time when normally a player reaches their peak in terms of the development. At Real Madrid, it's unlikely to see James becoming an essential member of the starting 11. Los Blancos are happy with their starting 11, and they have other options to come on from the bench. Rodríguez is at a stage in his career where he needs to decide what he actually wants: a place on the bench or a chance to finally realise his true potential at a club where he would be given enough chances to do so.